Light, Phil, get your light. Where'd you get the light? Thank you. Everybody's so quiet. What's up with that?
Good morning! Morning! How the heck is everybody?
We're the heck fine.
Good. We had a song, it was Reach Out by the Four Tops, 1966. I know. I put things in perspective a little bit like that. We were, in our, early mid-teens by then. But, if you think 66 years previous to that, it was the 1800s. I mean, the first crank-up record players was about
the microphones.
Early 1900.
Sorry.
Yeah, early 1900. I think the oldest one I've got is about 1907. It works great. Crank it up, plays music. Of course, no amplifiers or anything like that. It's just got a little needle, and the needle sits there, and it's got a little thingy in here that vibrates, right? And then it's got doors that you open it up if you want more volume. I mean, but they work. They just work. But, there just wasn't any music previous to that, or very little. Anyway, Mark's at it again. There's a pie in the kitchen. Oh my God. It's apple, rhubarb, and Asian
Pear.
Apple pear?
Plum.
I couldn't remember if it was pear or
I
plum.
call it a match made by heaven, because that was just what was available out on the trees and the ground. So.
And it's awesome. Just a tint on the tart side, but just take a finger, swirl it in the pie, and it's great. just a little bit of sweetness.
Is that what you did?
Yes. To my piece.
No.
To my piece. Yes.
Oh,
I'll get it.
it's right over there.
Okay.
God's calling.
Incoming transmission.
As long as God's not calling me home, that's all right.
Leave a message.
We have an old friend from the church, Allison McCready, and some of you may remember, some of you might not, but you might recognize her. She owns A1 Shoes in Kennewick.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you want shoes, it's an
stuff.
awesome place. I mean, she is just amazing.
She's in the back often, so if you don't see her, ask for her. She'll probably love to have you say hi.
Oh, yeah.
She would.
Is that the one in Marineland Village?
Yes. And we got, I got 2 pair of shoes for me and a pair for you. And, they're not
Cheap.
Walmart quality, but they're very, very good. And
But when you get old, sometimes your feet need a little more help.
They last for a long time once
Yep.
you buy this. They get quality stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get good stuff.
yeah.
What else you got on your list?
On that list, that's it. Why? What do you got on your list?
Well, on my list, I want to hear what's going on this week.
Honey, what's going on this week?
That's the wrong
She
calendar.
doesn't know.
That's the wrong calendar. So this week we have Emotion Code on Tuesday.
That's last month's.
I know. I said it was the
I
wrong
wonder
one.
if you don't know.
Then Wednesday is drumming.
There's anything else on there?
And Friday is Intuitive Tarot. Now, there's a charge for that one. That's $20. But if you want to learn that stuff, Friday morning at 10:30. Going to do a different daytime so that.
Good luck
people
finding anyone else that will teach that stuff.
Well, I think there's others that do.
Uh,
But if you really want to learn how you work, come see me. And then we have drum making in August.
Ooh, you're going to be good for that?
Yeah.
All right.
So he's going
All right.
to help us make drums. And then a drumming Sunday, the last Sunday in August. So
Cool.
good stuff coming up, folks.
One of the very, very few, if only place in this part of the state that you can make a drum.
What's the cost?
Depends on what size.
Okay.
Depends on what size and
It's
and
just
what,
for the material.
What kind of material you
Yeah.
use, right? Because I think some.
120 for like a 15-inch drum, elk head, around that. Right now.
How many people in this group have made their own drum? Don't you just love it? Oh my gosh! There's just something about your own drum. Just makes your heart happy.
Yeah, we made ours.
The church made
Yeah, big one.
that one. Yep.
Big one.
Teamwork.
That was a community effort.
Daryl, is that one of the very, 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 very few in the state?
The big
Well,
ones.
other than maybe the Loomies or something like that, but
Well, they, a lot of the native tribes, they all have
Yeah.
their own, but
But-
I don't know of any other.
yeah,
I've seen them around,
sure,
not often.
but not often, and not in a church.
No, not in
And that one sounds really good.
It does. We do have a couple patron saints by the name of John Lennon and George Carlin.
George and John.
And John said, and this is appropriate because it's July, so Christmas in July. And so this is Christmas for black and for white, for yellow and red. Let's stop all the fight.
Why not?
And
And the right and the left. Let's stop all the fighting.
And George, may the forces of evil become confused on the way to your home.
Well, if not, they're gonna be confused when they get there.
They will be if they enter my house. Like, what the heck is going on here?
More old church bulletins and ones that they probably should have looked a little bit closer before they actually printed. 8 new choir robes are currently needed due to the addition of several new members and to the deterioration of some older ones. Scouts are saving aluminum cans, bottles, and other items to be recycled. Proceeds will be used to cripple children. Yeah, I think somebody missed.
4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah,
Not 2.
I think they missed on that one. Just guessing. Please place your donation in the envelope along with the deceased person you want remembered.
Honey, can you fit in this envelope?
I'm not deceased yet.
Oh,
Just put it
well, I could be arranged.
I know. Got plans here?
No.
The church will host an evening of fine dining, super entertainment, and gracious hostility.
Whoa.
Oops.
Spell
I've
check.
been to that
This was
church.
before spell check.
Cleanliness is next to godliness. I don't know who did. We don't know who did that one, but
That's just old.
it's
That's
just
how old
old.
it is.
yeah. Well,
That's
no,
just
there's all
old.
kinds of. I have all kinds of old ones in here.
Well, and this was back in those days when you didn't have
You
running
took a
water.
bath once a
and-
month if you were lucky.
If you were lucky.
If you were lucky.
If the creek was thawed.
I see.
To me, every hour of the light and dark is a miracle. Every
True.
cubic inch of space is a miracle.
True.
Walt Whitman.
Oh, good job, Walt.
Yeah. And the better part of valor is discretion. William Shakespeare. He knows not his own strength that hath not met adversity.
Ooh, true.
Moral indignation is in most cases 2% moral, 48% indignation, and 50% envy.
Ooh.
Okay. Dost thou love life? Then do not squander time, for that's the stuff life is made of. Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, Benjamin.
Sounds like
smart guy.
something he would say. Experience is a good teacher, but she tends to send in terrible bills. A fanatic
Says the person with a broken wrist, spoken by the person with a broken shoulder. Yep. Mhm.
This is Winston Churchill, quite a man. A fanatic is one who can't change his mind and won't change the subject.
Give me that one again.
A fanatic is one who can't change his mind and won't change the subject.
We know a few of those, don't we? Or am I the only one?
There's always somewhere. A natural instinct in mammals cause their hackles to rise when they are alarmed or frightened. While human beings no longer have thick coats of hair, some guys do, but less so. They still have muscles that raise tiny bumps on the flesh known as goosebumps.
Well, but you've seen people who get their hackles raised.
You can. They do indeed.
Don't raise my hackles.
Okay. What do you call a dinosaur wearing high heels? My feet are sorus. Yeah, nobody will get any of these. Which dinosaur had the biggest vocabulary?
A thesaurus.
Well, Somebody did.
That was an obvious one.
Well,
Yeah.
it seems.
I just happen to be faster than everybody else. Because I was
What do you call a paranoid dinosaur?
a Scardosaurus.
Pterosaurus.
Who do you think
Pterosaurus?
he's a saurus?
Oh, wait.
Do you think he saw us?
Do you think?
Do you think he saw us?
Okay.
Arsaurus.
Got it.
Do you
Yeah,
think
we
he
like ours
saw us?
better.
Saw us? Saurus. Okay.
Wrong accent.
How do you? Yeah, right. Wrong accent. Yep. How do you dress for a dinosaur party?
You wear a dinosaur costume.
A suit of armor.
A suit of armor.
Yeah.
Is that what it says, really?
Yes. I know. I probably shouldn't have read it.
Too late on that one. If you ever notice, there's sometimes you just things come
Can't
out of your
take it
mouth
back.
and you just can't take it back. Speaking of that, we did a workshop yesterday on safe boundaries, and people loved it. And there's so many people that wanted to see it but couldn't, and so we're gonna have to. I think I'm gonna do a mini version of that and consolidate. And so stay tuned. Stay tuned for more. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Anything else going on? Anything else I need to know? Anything else we need to say?
Probably,
Okay.
but we'll remember it after
Later.
we leave.
Yeah.
So
In the meantime, we have a guest speaker today.
Yeah.
She has been traveling
Everywhere.
and then she's been sick, and then she's been traveling, and then she had sick animals, and then she's been
traveling.
traveling, but she's back. Let's give a good divine fellowship welcome to Michele Lanigan. Yeah, I think they like you. Yeah. I'm glad to be back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have fun.
I will.
I know you will.
Can't help it with this group. Hi, you guys. Am I centered here? So I was going to talk about Revelations. I know you've been dying to hear about that, right? One of these days I will. But Spirit spoke to me, sort of, and said, gave me some other ideas. And remember when I was a kid, I was sitting in church, Catholic church, and the priest was talking about a particular quote in the Bible, Matthew chapter 7, verse 7. Anybody remember it? Ask and it will be given. I wanted a pony. And today, you know, in the age of spiritualism, new age stuff, it's more common to talk about affirmations instead of prayer. And usually we're told to make our affirmations as detailed as possible. People say, you know, make a list. But the problem with that is it ignores the fundamentals that we are spirit creating our life. We are spirits and bodies, and we create our lives energetically. And we're always creating, good or bad. We create it. And I know that that's hard to hear, but we'll work through that. And you have to consciously create. And people will use, you know, terms like that being, what's the word they use? I'm not remembering. Anyways, Anyway, so, but if you take a look at, you know, cleaning your house, we were just talking about cleaning. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And if you don't clean your house, it becomes cluttered and chaotic. And the same thing is true with your space, with your energy. If you don't put some attention on your emotional, spiritual self, then things start to get to be a mess. And because you create through your emotions are your communication with your spiritual space. And that's how you create is through your emotions. So what you feel is what you put out into the universe and you get back. And I've said this before in the past, and I've done some manifesting classes, and I've talked about this in church. And I keep finding new ways to kind of get this message out there to help you. And one of the things that happens is whatever happens in your head and emotions, that energy is what goes out into the universe and comes back to you. And whatever, and this is when, if you aren't aware of that, if you're not conscious, that's when the chaos happens. So my example, So I went to Europe, as Janice was mentioning, went to Europe in April for about 2.5, almost 3 weeks. And I sat down and I spent a lot of time visualizing my trip. I made an affirmation. I shared it with friends that supported me. And I just had the most wonderful time. I met some great people, had some great experiences. There for almost 3 weeks, no rain. It was just a beautiful, wonderful trip. It was Paris, Normandy, Belgium, Amsterdam, just a whole bunch of places. A lot of tulips. Had just a marvelous trip. Went to Disneyland in Paris. That was one of my bucket list items. It was so fun. Pirates of the Caribbean in French. It was awesome. But I didn't plan for after that. I didn't plan for coming home. It was like I didn't see beyond coming home, except that knew I needed to get home and turn on my irrigation. That was the first thing I had to do. So I got home. It took me about a couple of days to get, kind of settled and get the irrigation turned on. And then I got sick, and I got really sick. And then I got bronchitis on top of that. And then about the time I was getting over the bronchitis, one of my dogs got pancreatitis. And then he had heart problems. And I forgot when I got home, right after I got home, there was a problem with the septic system. So I had to have the septic people out. One of the main lines for my irrigation broke, one of the big ones, not the little one that goes up to the sprinkler, the big one. And then the pump for the irrigation, I had to call them out like 4 times to get that fixed. So chaos. It was just all kinds of stuff. And my poor little dog, I really thought I was going to lose him. I was just a wreck, and I was sitting on the floor holding him, and I'm crying, and he starts to comfort me because he sees me so upset. And I mean, here this poor dog has heart problems, pancreatitis, and I look at him. Of course, then I start crying even more. But then guess what phrase from a song came through my head? Janice?
Be there.
Huh?
I'll be there.
Close. If you don't give up, I won't give up. And it just came into my head, and it totally changed my space. And, and I looked at him and I said, we'll figure this out. And I made an appointment with a animal healing clinic, clairvoyant animal healing clinic. And a big part of that was he got a healing, but also it kicked me out of that, my poor baby kind of thing, and more into a higher vibration, spiritual vibration, of being able to answer my questions and see what I needed to do to help him. And he's doing fine, by the way. He's bounced back. I bounced back. And so we managed to survive my not planning our future. So this is a good example of if your energy is not set, then weird things can happen in your life. And so if stuff like that happens, it's time to reset. And also your attitudes about your life, about, what you expect. We learn those a lot when you're kids. And a lot of times you'll hear people, oh yeah, I'm that way because when I was a kid, da-da-da-da-da. So example, I had a good friend of mine, this was many years ago, long time ago, back in my 30s. She lost her job, and I'm just talking. I said, well, what happened? And she says, well, you know how there's always that one woman that's just out to get you? I was like, no, I've never had that happen. And I've not been fired before. I've been laid off. And so I was kind of taken aback. But that was her reality is that, and she kept creating it multiple times. So whatever you think about, you worry about, that generates that energy that comes into your life to create your life. So you have to heal. Like if you've had trauma, if you've had stuff happen, you have to heal yourself, but you have to let go. You have to let go and then bring in positive energy to heal. So whatever happened and we're talking about joy, was from yesterday, about bringing in your joy. So whatever's happened to push you out of your joy, you have to heal it and let go. If you grew up in a home without love, you have to heal and let go. If you grew up in a home with lack of financial stuff or whatever, you have to heal it and let go. You can't get away from that negativity in life, but you can change how you respond. So when negative stuff happens around you, you don't have to be the effect of it. So how do you change when you have such strong feelings? How do you be aware of it? Ta-da! Do you know what I'm going to talk about today? The Revelations, that's right. Sorry. So this is why affirmations are helpful. And like my friend, she could have created an affirmation that would have been something like this. Spirit, help me to find my perfect job where I am respected and valued by everyone I work with. That's a pretty powerful affirmation, huh? Or how about an even broader one? How about, Spirit, help me to heal so I am respected and valued by everyone in my life. If she has that energy in her work, she probably has that energy in other parts of her life too. And so self-talk and affirmations, this kind of flows together. And what I actually want to talk about is self-talk. A few months ago, remember I asked when you guys talk to yourself, do you say, I'm going to do this or you're going to do this? And it was kind of like 50-50. Half the people said they use the word I when you talk to yourself. I need to get this done. And so half the people said, you need to get this done. A couple of people said we. So what about saying your name? That's a little different. So I want you to just take a minute now and just close your eyes. This isn't a deep meditation. I just want you to focus on. And I want you to say the words, you are loved. And notice how that feels. Now say it again, but add your name in the front of it. So for me, it'd be Michele, you are loved. So how did that feel? You feel the difference? Isn't that powerful? I did this with a couple people in the last few weeks. May, we did that this morning, right where we said your name, and Bobby, and that was pretty amazing, healing, wasn't it? So you can use this tool anytime. You don't need to sit down and meditate. You don't need a pen or pencil because you already do it. You're just doing it unconsciously. You're already talking. You already have the dialogue is constantly going in your head. So if you start to use that and start to change it and be a conscious creator. And this is the reason why it's so powerful, because if you say an affirmation that you don't believe, your brain registers it as a lie. So let's say you do an affirmation that says, I am loved and respected in my job. Okay, and if you're not, your brain knows that that's not true. And a lot of times this is why affirmations don't work, is because they're not in alignment with where you are and what you're creating. So let's say if you change it, you do an affirmation like what my friend had. She could say something like, and I'm going to be doing samples of affirmations. So I'm using my name, okay? And it feels a little funny doing it with this one because it's my friend's story, but she could say something like, Michele, Spirit is helping me to heal, so I am respected and valued by everyone in my life. You feel that difference in that energy to use your name? I'm sorry, what?
Can you repeat that again?
Oh, I have samples of these,
Okay.
but yeah. So you just put your whatever affirmation you want to create, you put your name in front of it. And my affirmation is, I will find where I left off. So yeah, so you can use this tool anytime. And I have been, especially since I've been thinking about doing this for a few weeks. And so I've been really kind of focusing on it, and just little things like getting grumpy at people driving weird on the road is, it's very easy to get angry and it'd be, Michele, they just made a mistake. You make mistakes, let it go. See how easy that is? It's better than cussing people out and getting all mad. the other day I was being just a Krabby Patty. I don't know why, just in one of the moods. And I said, Michelle, stop it. Just, let go of that. Be happy. You have a great life. And it instantly changed. That was abuse that I caught myself. And so think about what we think about our brains manage our self-talk. So your brain, like we tend to think that our brains are in control. Actually, it's our emotions. So if you have an emotion, like getting mad because somebody drives bad, your brain responds. If you have an emotion that somebody's driving bad, you can either respond positively or you can respond negatively. So this is where, by using your thought process and being an active creator in your life, you can start changing the way you respond emotionally to things. And it's been really amazing. So by using your name and directing what you want to feel, you can change things in your life. So something like, Michelle, your work is hectic, but you're not going to be the effect of it. Very simple. Michelle, Spirit is helping to change the energy of your work. So again, that one with Spirit is helping you to heal Michelle, Spirit is helping you to heal your pain so you are respected and valued by everyone in your life. That goes back to the one, my friend who lost your job. So what about relationships? Relationships are one of the things that spiral us really quick. You go to work, you think about work, and somebody's making you mad, like this friend of mine who always found the person that is going to undermine her. So if there's somebody you don't like and somebody you don't want to be around, maybe they did something that made you mad, maybe you want to tell them off and you avoid them. So what does Jesus say about our relationships with people? Love one another. Did he say love one another only if you like them? When the soldiers came to arrest Jesus, one of the apostles took a sword and cut off one of the soldiers' ears. And Jesus picked up the ear and healed him. Okay? So Jesus said, love one another. No exception. So bear with me, you don't have to be reactive to people. So liking someone affects, whether you like someone or dislike someone, also affects your judgment of people and judgment of their behavior. I was working one of the jobs I had, and I came into the building, and a couple of people were talking. They were complaining about something that this person did, this other person that wasn't there, and it was a person that they didn't like. So they were like, nah, and so and so did this, kind of that crabby thing, and And I went, no, she didn't do that. This other person did. The other person was somebody that they really liked. It was like a good friend of theirs. Their whole line of talk became different. The same event, but their emotional response to it was different based on how they felt about that person. And I have a handout. Most of the rest of this is going to be going through the handout. Actually, wait, I'm going to hold on to this. Nope. Okay. Sorry. Let me save one. Thanks, Janice.
Happy to help.
And there are some misspellings. I got distracted with the World Cup. Have you guys been watching the World Cup? I've been just watching it the last few days, and I've kind of got hooked on football. I used to think I really liked the other kind of football. Now I like this one. So these are some samples of self-talk. And so like, I'll let Janice finish passing these out. See, May, you got something to write on now. Are you happy? She loves having handouts and writing notes.
Do you have a pen?
You don't need to make notes. May just likes to. So anyways, I apologize for misspellings and incorrect words and stuff like that. Blame the World Cup. Okay, so a simple comment might be, like I was talking about when I was being crabby. Michelle, you're going to have a great day. And I'm going to use my name in this just because it makes sense. But so Michelle, you're going to have a great day. Or do this every morning when you get out of bed. Say it to yourself. Michelle, you're going to have a great. Well, say your name. Not my name. Say your name.
Well, we could, but that would send you a blessing, right?
I would love that. Tell every morning when you get up out of bed, say, Michelle, you're going to have a great day. So if you have people problems, Michelle, quit being judgy. Oh, Michelle, you don't have to be right. Let it go. There should be a don't in there. See where it says you have to be right? You don't have to be right. Let it go. Michelle, Spirit is helping you to find neutrality towards this person. Like I was mentioning, we judge people's behavior if we don't like them. All of a sudden, they become the bad guy, even if they're not doing anything. Michelle, Spirit is helping you to resolve your emotions towards so-and-so and accept and forgive them. You think, did Jesus forgive the soldiers? The soldiers that came to arrest him?
On the cross. Father, forgive them. They don't know what they do.
But in yes and no. I was going to say, this is a trick question, because if you forgive somebody, that means you've passed judgment that they did something wrong.
You have the right to do that.
Yeah. But the soldiers were doing what they were told. They were told by their man. They didn't get out of bed and go, oh, well, I'm going to go arrest this guy. They were told to do that. So they were neutral. So he didn't really need to forgive them because he hadn't judged them. Now, if somebody wrongs you deliberately, he forgave Judas, right? And he forgave, like Janice was saying, the people that crucified him. So the next one is Michelle, treat them like a friend. So let's say you have somebody that you're not getting along with. I mean, you get tense, you think about what you're going to say or not say. What about just treating them like a friend? You don't have to behave different to somebody just because they rub you the wrong way. Does that make sense? And I know teachers, you guys are amazing because you have all those kids, and a lot of times you don't like the kids, but you can't treat them different. And it's just life. When I was in years ago, I think it was when I was working for the Air Force, one of the management classes, they did the Myers-Briggs testing of personalities, and there's like 16 different personality types. And the whole takeaway from that is we all have different personality types. And that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have a different personality. And you're going to get along better with these people and less with those people. That doesn't mean that you treat those people any different. You still treat them with kindness and respect. And sometimes that's hard to remember if you get offended by somebody. So you can use this for changing your habits. So let's say you're driving down the road and you see a Baskin Robbins. And by the way, I know the location of every Baskin Robbins within 50 miles. So Michelle, your body doesn't want any more sugar today. So that is really powerful because it calls attention to why you're wanting it. Or maybe you're trying to quit smoking and you want to start smoking less. Your body doesn't want smoke. Or maybe you're trying to quit smoking and you're going to want to have a cigarette right now. And you say, not now, wait till later. Or how about offering yourself, like if you're trying to change your diet and eat healthy instead of sugary stuff. Michelle, treat yourself to some yummy plums. I have a refrigerator full of plums, so that had to come to mind. You want to start walking. Michelle, go for a walk tomorrow. Set your alarm. That's my biggest handicap is getting out. And my excuse now is, it's too hot. So set your alarm. Michelle, go for a walk tomorrow morning. Set your alarm. So the fourth one here is kind of bigger issues, like some kind of trauma, but when you have something that you're really hanging on to. So, and I'm just using an example here. I have the one that you're not smart now. So your self-talk, would be the first step is, Michele, release the energy that says you're not smart enough. It's a lie. If you have energy in your space that says you're somehow not good enough, not capable enough, not smart enough, not that you're defective, those are lies. Address it. Tell yourself that's a lie. Michele, that's a lie. It doesn't serve you. Let it go. Do you feel how powerful that is? You don't need to sit down and meditate or write anything. You can just, when you see that, when you're aware of it, gee, I'm like this because I was raised that way. You can change. You don't have to stay that way. And it starts with your making the conscious decision to change. So you can create, like I was mentioning with my friend, you can create an affirmation that spirit is helping you. Spirit, help me to heal from the energy that says I'm not smart enough. Isn't that cool? So that's kind of a prayer. And then you can combine those steps 1 and 2. You can combine your self-talk and your affirmation together. Michele, spirit is helping you to heal from the energy that says you are not smart enough. That energy is a lie. It doesn't serve you. Let it go. Isn't that powerful? Maybe I'm just cold, but it gives me goosebumps. So, and the 4th step is, and this is not a have to, but it's really cool to be aware of it because it just kind of reinforces your being able to make these changes like that. It reinforces your being able to have ownership over your life and your creative endeavors. Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
So I want to do a little bit of a meditation. So go ahead and close your eyes. And we're going to play with this a little bit. As soon as I can see my notes here. Note to self, do not work on this while you're watching football. So just be in the center of your head. Just close your eyes and picture yourself in your head. From there, you can feel your body. Notice how you feel. And just relax and put all your attention right where you're at now. You're not solving any other problems. And I'm going to read some affirmations, and then I want you to say them to yourself. But I want you to, so put your name in front of them. So let's start with that first one. You are loved. So for me, that would be Michele. You are loved. And just notice how that feels. The next one is release the energy that's blocking you. So Michele, release the energy that's blocking you. And take breath. And as you do that, if you're releasing energy, just breathe and let that energy just fall away. It's not part of your existence anymore. The next one is embrace your next step. So it would be Michele. Embrace your next step. And the next one is be aware that people who have sorry, I can't read. Oh, somebody wanted to hear this one. Be aware that people who have passed on are healed and happy. So if you've lost anybody, so be Michele, be aware that the people that you know that have passed on are healed and happy. Be aware of all the people that care for you. And take a deep breath. And just let that energy resonate with you. Own it. Own that awareness. And the last one is you will continue to self-create. Michele, you will continue to self-create through self-talk. Take some deep breaths and imagine a big gold sun above you that is your energy, a big ball of energy above your head, and that's your energy that you've left laying around. Just call it back. It's neutral. It's your highest energy vibration, and bring it in through the top of your head, into your body. And just stretch and open your eyes, and I'd love to hear how that felt for you guys. Carrie, would you like? Thanks. Anybody have any feedback? May, you want to tell about what we did earlier? Excuse me.
Well, what we worked on was me and clearing space and not having so much out there for others to be holding on to, and breaking that chain of reaction, especially in the healing, because a lot of times you have that happening when you're working on people. You're taking on their energies. And they're needing healed, but you have all of this. And so that was very wonderful.
And how did that feel using your name doing that, though?
Excuse me?
How did that feel using your name doing that?
Very good.
Pretty powerful.
Yeah, very powerful. Right now, it was a very strange thing. I had like a, the old-fashioned bones, and they have this big mushroom type, and that's how they represented a big bone in the land. When we were kids, we had to go out in the hallway and get on the floor by the wall and cover our heads because we were taught the bones were coming. And so I could always see these mushroom things. And today it was a mushroom. It was like an awareness. All of a sudden, this big mushroom came over my head. But it was a wonderful shower came down of sparkles. So what was scary before doesn't seem scary now.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Bobby?
Witnessing what happened to me in the healing room was good for us too, because her whole aura just changed. She looked different and she was happy. And you just saw it all over her face, and then you go and you feel it, and it felt really good. I like affirmations. I think they're very powerful. And whatever you add to them and make it positive and healthy for everyone is exhilarating.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else want to talk about what they experienced doing that meditation?
I thought that was awesome. I think you took everything and ramped it up 100% because I could really take it on. In the past, affirmations have always felt like I've
Flat.
always done affirmations and are really good, but this took it out of guilt or shame or obligation and made it just really acceptable. Yeah, I really could take it on. So thank you for that. I really,
Cool.
really liked it.
Anybody else? You guys are being quiet today. Okay, well, thank you.
Let's give Michele a hand.
Thanks, Carrie. You got it. Thank you, dear. Don't go away. I have something for you. Don't go away. Okay. So, Mr. Phil, you want to join me up here? Could I get you to stand right here?
Oh. Now I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
Michelle, it's okay. Everything will be fine.
We just want to, Michelle was a board member for a while and then life happened and she needed to step away. Anyway, we as a fellowship signed a card for you and have a little gift for you to say thank you for your service. Thank you much.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Skittle.
That's very sweet. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome. You're going to just croak when you hear this Bible verse that came to me
Don't
this
croak.
morning.
Don't.
Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. Watch over your heart with all diligence, for from it flow the springs of life. That's
I've heard
pretty
that.
much what Michelle was talking about today, was it not? How fun is that? Don't you love it when they lock together?
And it sounded like what I talked about today kind of flowed with what you talked about yesterday.
Exactly.
Separated.
Exactly. They go together. Love and marriage.
Got that one.
Did you get it?
Got that one.
Okay. Communion. If you don't want to do communion, that's way okay with us. Thank you for allowing us the sacred moment. And you can find your sacred moment however you want to do that. Those of us that are doing communion, you're going to do a wafer first.
And those that are doing communion, we're more talented than a lot of people because we can get the plastic piece out.
It's the hardest thing you're going to have to, well, almost the hardest thing you're
Almost
going to
the
have to do at church. Join us in prayer, would you please? Thank you. Loving Spirit of light, as we take this into our body, help us to take in the truth that we heard today. Help us to be able to speak to ourselves with kindness and love, and help us to grow. Thank you. In the name of Jesus, the Ascended One. Amen.
Amen.
Join us in prayer again, please. Loving Spirit of light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life and help us to drink it in with positivity and joy and love. Thank you. In the name of Jesus, the Ascended One. Amen.
Yes, I have a question on communion.
Question on communion? Yes?
She got 2 wafers. I'm not jealous. I'm just thinking
She's just double blessed. Leave it to our Canada.
Thank you so much. Y'all know what we use it for.
We do have a parking lot.
Still, I was going to say, still getting bids for the parking lot.
Have you seen the white markings out here? There's part of it that just totally has to be redone. So your generosity is greatly appreciated. Thank you much for
Can I
that.
say one more thing?
You may.
When I was in Europe, in
Microphone.
When I was in Brussels, yeah, that's something where was I? But I went to high mass at the church there, and of course their churches are like massive and beautiful art.
Cathedrals. Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Yes, and so my 3 friends that I was hanging out with, I told them I'm going to high mass, and I can meet you guys afterwards for lunch. And I'm like, oh no, we want to go. So, anyways, it was awesome. It was really cool, and it was high masses with all the incense and the sprinkling water, and it's in Latin, and of course, you know, there was no English. It was in French.
We did the Et Cum Spiri 220 and the whole thing.
The whole thing was in French and Latin, and the priest was doing the message in French. And I thought, well, I could do like I did in 8th grade, just take a nap. And then the lady that was singing, she was opera. It was just incredible. But anyways, they passed around these cute little baskets, and you know, for the offertory, and they had one of these little things on there for making your payment, and just reminded me of that.
Oh, how interesting.
Yes.
So we're in the game. We're still in the game. So let's do an energy circuit for the folks online. And I know Beth's working on the little squares there, so they do Venmo and stuff. Some do, some don't. I don't know. Anyway, rub your hands together really, really fast. Oh, get that energy flowing. You're still connected to that divine source. Bring the energy into your heart space, from your heart to your left hand to right hand, back to your heart. This creates an energetic circuit, and this allows the energy to flow. This is not your energy. This is divine energy, sacred energy, eternal energy, unlimited energy. Bring that into your heart space. Have a great week.